Hello everyone, and welcome to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot. And I've really been feeling the energy of Sebastian Rogers' case today. And when we cut through all the bullshit, all the drama, we've heard what everyone else has to say except for Sebastian. So I want to directly tap into his energy, or the energy around his case. And I would like to just get Sebastian's words, if possible, on what happened, where is he now, and what needs to be done in order to find him. Okay, so I feel compelled to fix this flower, and I do feel like flowers are significant. Okay, and I do know Sebastian loves cats, so I have beautiful little cat statues that my friend made for me. I've got 4 of them to represent all 4 of my cats. This one is hiding. So yeah, Sebastian loved hiding, and he's very playful, and I feel like he just wants to tell a story. So I felt drawn to get all of my most colourful decks, and I feel like this is the tarot deck he wants me to use because the pictures are quite comical and yeah, a bit cheeky. So I feel like this is his fun, playful energy. And Spirit, I just hope that we can get something of use, of value when it comes to Sebastian's case, Sebastian's justice. I want to start with the dictionary and see what the dictionary has to tell us. Can we tap into Sebastian Rogers' energy? In his own words, what was he going through? What was he going through before his disappearance? Please and thank you. Okay, we've got Jay's, a jerk. A jerk caused him to disappear, a jealous jerk. Someone who's jaunty, acts very, I'm better than you kind of a thing. A show off. Yeah, jargon. That's what we want to cut through, the jargon. And yeah, look, what is this? Jardinier, ornamental trow for plants. Yeah, so flowers, plants are significant. A garden tools, a harsh sound, shock. Something was jarring. Something happened in January. Yeah. Jackpot, that comes up a lot. A jackhammer. A box. Yeah, a jack in the box. I feel like Sebastian loves to hide and then jump out like a jack in a box. Got you. Yeah, I feel like he's very chattery, maybe very quick. But something happened. He was jabbed suddenly with force behind his back by a jackass, and this jackass was laughing. Jettison, throw overboard, get rid of, abandon. Yeah, someone who's got, what is it? Is it jib, glib? Glib is the word that's coming to mind. Jesus. Yeah. I feel like a Jesuit figure could be significant, a Freemason. I feel like maybe the Bowersox, the Proudfoot family have connections to important people. I feel like Sebastian may be telling us he's with Jesus right now. Jeans could be significant. Jelly. Jerseys. Maybe he loved wearing jerseys, but yeah, jealousy. A jealous idiot. A jealous jerk is what he was going through before he went missing. Someone who considers themselves a jack of all trades. Okay. Jail. Yeah. Maybe a little bird will tell. But yeah, I feel like Sebastian wants his jerk to go to jail. So can we get a bit of clarification on the next page if I'm on the right track? Please and thank you, Spirit. How is Sebastian feeling? before he went missing? A pile? Things are piling up. A pimp. Pimple, maybe like a lot of puberty related stuff. Money. Something to do with money. A pin in someone's phone could be significant. Yeah, someone was feeling the pinch financially. Pineapple. Pineal gland. Something to do with his brain. Did they hit him on the head? Maybe someone who smokes a pipe. Pipeline could be significant. I'm not really sure here, but I'm seeing an ornamental pinnacle again, a turret, a mountain peak, a culminating point. And a pioneer. Yeah, I feel like Sebastian is very creative, very original. But I feel like there was like a test drive, a test run of something. Okay, so pine, waste away through sorrow. An evergreen tree could be significant. Yeah, an evergreen tree. Let me just ask the dictionary one last question. Where are you, Sebastian? Where are you? We're on J again. Jeopardy. He's in jeopardy. Female us. Jenny could be significant. A jaw. Okay, we're back to the same page. Yeah, so it's like someone was making a plan and they had to go back to square one. Something didn't work. Maybe the first time. Betray. Yeah, he was betrayed. Bible. Bibliography. Yeah, and what we're doing right now is bibliomancy. Yeah. I feel like he was bewildered. He was confused, and until he realized about a betrayal, a benevolent betrayal. Is benevolent a good thing? I thought it was a bad thing. Whatever the opposite is then. I feel like he beseeched, begged for his life. But he was besieged, beset with armed forces. Yeah. And they besmirched his soul. Yeah, look at that. Bespeak, arrange in advance, be spectacled. Someone who wears glasses. Yeah, More than one person who wears glasses. He did not feel like he belonged in this family, the belt. A bigamist. Yeah, a big bang. Yeah, something was being prepped. 100%. Yeah, bidding. Bifocals. Spectacles with double lenses. So yeah, I feel like someone maybe with big lenses or with very bad eyesight. Like I said, there's more than one person with bad eyesight who is involved in this. Yeah, look. Bête noire. Person or thing one hates most. Betide. What happened to Sebastian? What befell him? And this is helping us indicate what it is. Yeah, he was betrayed by two betrothed people. Yeah, people who are married, who thought they were better than him. They feel like he got in between them. Wow. Bequeath, give or leave by will. They were berating Sebastian. Now they are bereaved, deprived by death. Yeah, but they feel like this was a benediction. Yeah, they dazed and confused him. And they let him beg for mercy. That they didn't give him. He is below something, beneath something. That's where he is. Beside, beneath. But he was besieged. I've been getting very disturbing downloads, and I don't want to say anything without an indication of it first. My nose is itching. Sebastian, what kind of abuse were you going through at home? What kind of abuse were you going through at home? We're back to the J's again. Someone was like Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, depending on who they're around, but he was jabbed with something, and very rapidly. Okay. I'm kind of forgetting my question, but we do have Irish here. This is where I am right now. Someone was being irrational, and they felt like they had irreconcilable differences with Sebastian. He irritated someone. This was why the abuse was happening. Yeah, someone was very irate. Someone who needs to go inward. They're not in tune with their spirituality. Yeah, I just keep getting that Sebastian irked whoever this was. Yeah, they traveled somewhere. Someone has an itching palm, greedy for money. I had an itchy nose. Yeah. A triangle, there could have been a love triangle. Line on map, joining places on same mean temperature. Okay, you'll find this place on a map, but it's about getting access. Yeah, there's an issue with the access. There's an item I feel like that maybe was left behind. There's an itch someone just can't scratch, so they eradicated it. There was an eruption. Sudden violent incursion, an invasion of privacy. Yeah. Okay. I didn't get any direct confirmations in the dictionary. I want Sebastian's story to speak for itself. We're going to clarify with the story cards, but we're going to start with these tarot cards. And we're going to ask Sebastian for his story. And this is the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is the lost card. There is a missing piece of our puzzle. And our eye is on the prize. So let's see. There was something Sebastian didn't see. So Sebastian, in Sebastian's words, Sebastian's energy, what happened to Sebastian in his own mind? The 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, someone was feeling the lack of inspiration, the pinch when it comes to finances. Yeah, someone's eye wasn't on the true prize. We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, we're going to put this over there. Okay. Someone chose the wrong things over the right things. The Knight of Wands, yeah. And the 10 of Wands, yeah. So, in Sebastian's mind, he was seen as a heavy burden in the background. A problem that was in the way. And I feel like the priorities were not in the right place. And Sebastian felt like there was something missing in his life. I feel like his mother felt like she could not pursue her dreams or her greatest desires because she felt like it was such a heavy load. And she wanted to drop this load in one way or the other. And we do see the Fool here. Yeah, someone wanted a new beginning. And I feel like Sebastian was treated like a fool. He was overlooked. And that's how he felt. And it's like someone just had this idea that came to their head, and someone was encouraging someone else to make this a reality. So someone was being pushed in a certain direction. Yeah, and convinced, persuaded in one way or the other is what I'm picking up. So let's see what the story cards have to say. Can we clarify the Five of Pentacles? Adoration. Yeah, Sebastian was overlooked because a couple wanted all the attention for themselves is what I'm getting. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles, thinker. Yeah. Someone was thinking of a way to make their dreams come true, but they had to take something out of the picture, out of the jigsaw. Yeah, can we clarify the Ace of Wands, please? And thank you. Just one card for the Ace of Wands. We have solitude. Okay. Yeah, someone wanted some peace and quiet. I'm getting a tent and forest around. Yeah, it's bringing me back to the trip Katie and Chris went on. They wanted a bit of peace and quiet together, just the two of them. So they thought of a plan. Yeah, so I was tripping over my words. So yeah, they had to make this plan a reality, but really think about it so they didn't slip. Yeah, uncertainty. So I feel like someone had to be pushed into this direction. Yeah, and background energy, serendipity. Yeah, look at home. Flowers again. Yeah. And this is like a dandelion, so a wish come true. And up here in a little cage is a little bird. This bird is looking at all this fun at home, but they're stuck in a cage. And I feel like this is how Sebastian felt. He felt like this bird in the cage in a family where they were having fun, but all this fun was going on without him. Yeah, he was being overlooked and everyone else was focusing on everything and everyone else in Sebastian's mind. Okay, we're going to ask these cards. What are the factors in relation to Sebastian's disappearance? Spiritual teacher. A teacher at school could be significant. Yeah, Sebastian loved animals and loves animals. Yeah, wherever he is, debt paid off. Yeah, someone wanted to get this weight off their chest, not only financially, but physically too. And look, marriage in reverse. So I feel like not only is his mother and Chris going through financial issues, they're going through marital issues. Yeah, goodbye to the old, hello to the new. Yeah, so they wanted to drop this load and say hello to the new. They considered him as a debt, a burden. And the spiritual teacher, I feel like someone got misguided knowledge from someone who thinks they know the sus, but they don't really. There's someone who gives themselves more credit for their wisdom than they actually have. Yeah, a new home. They wanted to move on and go to a new place without Sebastian. I feel like they blamed Sebastian for everything that went wrong in the home. So we're going to get some more oracles on the table, and then we're going to ask some direct questions and then clarify these and just get some advice before we go. What does Sebastian want to say right now in his own words? What does Sebastian want to say right now? Single parent in reverse. Yeah, someone was dropping their responsibilities. Yeah. Maybe his mother felt like a single parent and she was resentful, but, you know, she took it out on Sebastian and not on her good-for-nothing husband, is what I'm hearing. Yeah, secret admirer, timid. Puberty is significant. I do feel like he was starting to broaden his horizons and see that there was a big world out there. But this was a secret because I feel like he was like a caged bird. He did not have freedom or access. So what he wanted, his desires, were overlooked, shamed. He was shamed and blamed. What does Sebastian want to say in his own words? Safety, comfort. Yeah, he just wanted to feel happy at home, but he was made to feel like the reason why they couldn't have comfort. He felt unsafe and restricted. Divine intervention. Yeah, so someone was pushed into making a decision that they thought would make them feel better and, ease the load. There's nothing on this person's shoulders. Yeah, but this is a whole new debt, karmic debt, that had to be paid off. Yeah, ghosted. Yeah, this plan was set and they made him disappear. But, the narrative for the public is that he wasn't happy at home. He felt isolated, so he ran away. But yeah, this is not true. This is not true. Divine feminine. Yeah. His mother is significant, and yeah, I feel like Chris's mother had a hand in this too. So let's ask some direct questions. Why was this plan made? What was the straw that broke the camel's back? Why was this plan made? We have the Four of Pentacles, control, stability, and security. Yeah, because someone suspicious got notions into Katie's head that to protect the family, they had to make Sebastian disappear. A Capricorn could be significant, but this is about people working hard to make a plan and conceal the deal. Yeah. So, what was Sebastian's relationship like with Chris? The Eight of Wands, movement, quick decisions, excessive force. Yeah. I feel like Sebastian wanted to have movement in this relationship, but Chris was very quick to decide he didn't like him. He was jealous. There was some sort of rivalry, and Chris used excessive force on Sebastian, and they felt like he was getting in the way of everything moving forward in their life. What was Sebastian's relationship like with his mother, Katie, when he disappeared? The Moon in reverse. Deception recognized. Yeah, clarity and consciousness. He could see the betrayal. Yeah. So he feels like his mother betrayed him. How does he feel about the Bowerstocks currently? Whoa. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, he felt ignored by them, and they're very prideful. Yeah, but they're living in fear. Yeah, in case they get apprehended or caught. What was Sebastian's relationship like with his father, Seth, when he disappeared? Please and thank you. Justice, truth, clarity, balance, and fairness. Yeah, he felt like his father was the only person who was fair to him, who gave him that justice. Yeah. He felt like Seth's equal. And he felt like in his home life and his extended home life, these people around him thought they were his betters. And Seth did not make him feel like that. Yeah. Okay, one more question. And we'll clarify with some oracles and get some advice. Sebastian, where are you now? The Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth. Yeah. We have to get to the heart of the matter. Someone has to speak the truth. Someone knows, but someone's not speaking. Yeah. Background energy, the devil. Yeah. A couple chained together. Yeah, and he felt repressed in his home life. And he could not speak or express his truth for one reason or the other. But this is a breakthrough of communication. Yeah, so there was communication in regards to the couples, because they're chained together, maybe with karmic debt, but someone's trying to avoid jail and the real chains. Yeah. So let's see. Let's get some more oracles. Where is Sebastian? What happened to Sebastian? How will the police discover the truth? Stability and flow. Someone has to break the flow, break the silence, speak their truth. How will the police break this case? How will the police break this case? What do they need? Yeah, someone went away. They may find something from someone's retreat. Chemistry. Yeah, by breaking the flow of a couple, breaking that chemistry. Yeah. Whoa. And that wants to fall. Isolating thoughts. But someone's feeling alone in a relationship, so they have to break this relationship to break the case. They're trying to break this relationship. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, change and courage. Someone has to have the courage to speak their truth and walk away. Leave a relationship. Yeah, and look. Nurture and compassion in reverse. Yeah, and it was a co-op. So, yeah, this was a group of people. They did not nurture Sebastian. Something to do with his head. I feel like he was hit with something on his head from behind. Taken unawares. Someone has to have the courage to make this change, though. Yeah, so someone doesn't want to break this structure because it's like a house of cards. And they're afraid of this house of cards falling down. What does Sebastian want to say before we close off this reading here today? What does Sebastian want to say? Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. What does Sebastian want to say? Wow, so a few of these fell. Now is a lucky time. Maybe the case is getting hotter, like Marco Polo. Maybe that's one of his favorite games to play. You know, Marco Polo. Are we getting hotter? Hummingbird spirit, be here and now. Make your dreams real. Yeah, someone was weaving a web of lies. Yeah. Something to do with the present moment. Flowers. Yeah. Watch and wait. So watch and wait, because the energy is flowing. The energy is moving. And the energy is present right here, right now. And the dream is to break the case. But to break the case, they need to break the couple. So this could be Chris and Katie. This could even be Chris's parents. They need people to turn on each other with the sword of truth. Instead of being together in the lies, they need to separate them, so they'll turn the swords on each other. Right now they're fighting as a team, and they all teamed up against Sebastian. Yeah. I want to ask one final question before we go, because it's been on my mind all day. And I want to know. Was SA a factor in Sebastian's disappearance? We have the Eight of Cups. And we have the King of Swords. Yeah, controlled but determined, cautious. Someone with not so good intentions. Yeah. They feel like they're getting away with it. I don't know. I'm not sure how to take these cards together. And the Queen of Wands in reverse. Aggressive, demanding, and jealous. I feel like Sebastian was stuck between a rock and a hard place. And ideally, if he could have walked away, he would have. But he was told to watch and wait for a change to come. But some sort of decision was made quickly. In emotion, yeah. And they had to make it look like he walked away and hide the more nefarious reasons behind his disappearance. So I do feel like whatever kind of abuse Sebastian was going through, it was from a domineering man. But he made sure not to get caught. And even if he slipped up, he has his little cleaning team, his cleanup crew, not far behind. And they've got powerful connections, and that's why the energy is high, but it's still not moving because something needs to break before this case breaks. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. Thank you so much for being here and joining me today. Let me know if you have any other questions you would like me to ask the cards in regards to this case or any other case. Requests are welcome, and I hope to see and connect with you all in the next one. Let's all pray for Sebastian's justice and that Sebastian comes home. And until next time, goodbye and God bless. Mwah.